Welcome to Narrow Ground Entertainment. I am Steve the Unimpressed, and we are back in 7 Days to Die. Last time I got killed and then nearly got killed again by the 7-day zombie horde. I tried out having a robotic sledgehammer knock the zombies off a... what do you call it? A catwalk, maybe? Something they could run across to get to me, which actually worked quite well. The flaw in the plan was I didn't have anything really to address the vultures, which I think this is the first time any of those have spawned in a 7-day horde for me, so that was something I wasn't really prepared for. I also picked up a bunch of loot, trying to remember if I left any in this chest over here, if I'm still holding it all. Once I make my way over there and check, I will head back to base, because I did stash a bunch of stuff here. Less loot and more bullets, but still. I think I can leave at least some of that here. I'm going to bring back all of the 7.62 ammo since I actually use that day to day, and leave the 9mm here because I don't use that day to day. But I really need to go back to base and see if I have a splint lying around to fix my broken leg, because that is really causing me problems here. It's taking way too long to get over to my motorcycle. It looks like I do have some honey back at base to deal with my infection, which should be enough if I drink it quickly. Drink, don't throw on the floor. There. Ugh, that was more of a chore than it should have been. I don't have a splint, so I will have to make one of those downstairs quickly. Unless I have one in this chest. No. I believe a splint is duct tape and wood. And if you try to jump or run while your leg is broken, it will, well, you'll be slower and it will cause more problems for you. It'll take it longer to heal. So you don't really want to do that if you can avoid it. You want to make a splint as quickly as you can. You also need cloth fragments. Okay, now we'll make a splint. And then we'll use it. So it'll be 34 minutes until my leg is healed. What is this other injury that I have here? Treated abrasions. So now I will go about putting all of my weapons away. I'm going to keep both of these robotic sledges. I found one in the zombie loot that was slightly better than the one that I had already. And that should enable me to, if I use that fortification in the future, probably start off with the better one. And then if that one gets damaged to the point where it's not really doing anything anymore in future horde nights, I can throw down the other one instead. Another thing I need to do is transfer the mods from my pickaxe to a new one, which I found in the drop loot, which is a steel pickaxe instead of the iron one that I've been using. I'm going to remove the structural brace mod from my old iron pickaxe, which is quite a good pickaxe, but the steel one is still better. Not that I have been using the steel or the manual pickaxes much at all lately. Since I built my auger, I've mostly been relying on that, which will probably continue, but might as well keep the best backup tools as well as the best regular tools. And speaking of tools, I'm going to collect all of the rest of mine and put them back in their appropriate places on my hotbar. And after that, I will enact my plan for the rest of this episode, which is to hopefully go back to the desert and deal with the Oilfield base that collapsed in a previous episode. I got a little too greedy in my digging for oil and made the mistake of undermining a piece of that structure that I needed, which caused that base to fall in on my head. Hopefully we will avoid having that happen in the future. One thing I'm going to do before I run off to the desert is make a tour of all the traders. I do tend to like to try and get to every trader that I know of in between each restock day, because their stocks will change on restock day. I think they all have the same one, regardless of whether you've been there or not. Alright already, be quiet. Each trader has different stock, so if one has something that you need on a day that you weren't in between 2 restock days, and you didn't visit between those restock days, you might not ever know about it.
Still hanging around?
Yes, I am, Hugh. Let's see what you've got. This trader, Hugh, has an entire motorcycle hanging around to sell, but I don't really need that, so I built my own trader, Hugh. You're too late. I am going to buy this volume of Pistol Pete that I haven't had yet, which will allow me to craft hollow point 9mm ammunition. I will also buy the burning shaft mod schematic. There. I got my money, I came back.
Was there something else?
No, Hugh, that's it. The burning shaft mod is a mod for melee weapons, and I know from another YouTube video that I have watched that it also applies to the robotic sledgehammers. So all I need to do is use a little bit of all of these resources, all of which are things I already have, to make a burning shaft mod, and the robotic sledgehammer will not only sledgehammer the zombies and knock them off the path to where I'm standing, but also it will set them on fire, which can only be beneficial to me. Oh, and one more note about when your leg is broken. Even when it is splinted, if you run, see how it's flashing there? You are doing somewhat more damage when that happens. So the in-game effect, I think, is just that it slows down or possibly even increases the amount of time that it's going to take for it to heal, but it's something you want to try to avoid when you're recovering from that particular type of injury. I'm going to take apart the sedan, and then I'm going to get back on the motorcycle and head down to the trader in the desert and see if that one has anything good. Or maybe not. Apparently that's Hugh's car. Fine. I'll leave it. On the way to the desert, I thought maybe I should stop by the farm, because I couldn't really remember when the last day I harvested was, and it looks like I actually need to harvest it today. I knew it had been a few episodes, but I couldn't remember exactly how many. So I will probably have to take another trip back up to the base to get more potatoes to make another potato seed, but that shouldn't take too long. I definitely will have enough time to get out to the desert still tonight. However, it is... Yeah, I'm hungry. It's very encouraging that I am almost to the point of having a reasonable number of potatoes growing. I should be able to finally make meat stew in the relatively near future. Like, probably before the next horde night, I will be able to spare the potatoes required to make some meat stew. There we are, 2 more potato seeds. Now I need to get off to the desert. That actually took me a little while, so it's possible I won't get to the desert in time to actually visit the trader down there. I might just have to go right to work on the Oilfield base. That's not too big a problem, though. I will just swing by that trader in the next episode instead. I was distinctly wrong about that. I made it down here with plenty of time. Here's the White River flag, and here is Trader Joel's. And it's actually Trader Joel's this time, not Trader Hugh's. The signs all say Trader Joel's. I guess he founded the chain. They must pay him for franchising rights or something. Looks like he has zombies pounding on his walls again, but we'll go deal with that after. One thing I'll buy from him is the polymer string mod, which I'll put on my crossbow. I haven't been using it much, but string mods are unique to bows and crossbows, so I see no reason to buy it. Or reason not to buy it, rather. The secret stash has a couple of books I don't have yet, so let's get those. I wonder if that's the last volume of Wasteland Treasures we need. Could be. I guess I'm about to find out.
You kind sir.
You're welcome. Let's see here. Nope, not quite. There's one more Wasteland Treasure I need after that. What else do I have? Looks like the Great Heist and the Automatic Weapon Handbook are the only ones we're 1 away from completing. Well, then I guess Wasteland Treasures now. hopefully we'll come up with a few more of those books in the not too distant future. Right now, let's walk the, well, maybe not walk. Let's drive the perimeter of Trader Joel's and see if we can deal with any of the zombies that are pounding on his walls. Although, I'll just deal with that one right away. I guess that one was all there was. Alright, off to the hole in the ground that I made. This hole is all that remains of my oil field base after my tragic miscalculation, which resulted in it falling on my own head. I'm still not completely sure what the miscalculation was. I think that the flagstone blocks don't support as many of themselves as the wood frame blocks do. So the test that I ran with those a few episodes back over close to my fortifications did not apply to these. And I foolishly assumed that it would. I am not going to rebuild a base that I have to jump into and out of the way I usually would around this. I'm just going to leave it sort of an open hole like my other mines. I'll probably put wood frame blocks across the top, but I may not even do that. The zombies that pop up on regular nights are mostly things that I can deal with now. I have a shotgun, I have a marksman rifle. I don't really need to be too concerned about them. And I also have the auger, which allows me to remove a lot of material a lot faster than it used to. So I'm also not as worried about following a particular ore vein or removing as little as I need to of blocks that don't have what I'm actually looking for in them. I can remove pretty much whatever I want, which means that this hole in the ground shouldn't be as confined a space as my other mines are. Improvements all around. First, I'm going to have to clean up some of this rubble, though. I'm not sure if I want to use the pickaxe or the auger for that, or if it even matters. I think the auger will probably go through this stuff just as easily. Yeah, auger gets through that plenty easy. So I might stick to the auger, although that will change if I somehow forgot to get the fuel from in the house and put it on the motorcycle like I meant to. Nope, I remembered it. So we should be fine. Ow! Yes, you're very loud. We got it. One of the problems with that theory from earlier is that it's a little bit hard to hear the zombies coming over the sound of the auger. Uh-oh. Another problem is that I have never really gotten used to bringing metal skull supplies with me in this playthrough. So when I get cut, I just have to wait until I stop bleeding. Although fortunately there's a timer for that now. That didn't used to be the case. In previous versions of the game, it was sort of a random chance, and you just had to hope that you would stop bleeding. Okay, back to work. There, we're only halfway through the night, and I've cleaned up the entirety of the mess my collapsed base left, and I killed a bunch of zombies. I think that instead of building anything permanent, I'm just going to rely on stacks of wood frame blocks to get in and out of this mine for the foreseeable future, which means I'm going to have to make some wood frame blocks to get out of the mine. Between the high-speed auger mining and all the zombies that showed up to try and stop it, I managed to gain enough experience to gain another level tonight. And I gained one during the horde night as well, which means I should have 2 skill points to spend. And if I remember correctly, that is enough to get the last level I need of the intellect perk to be able to build the 4x4. So hopefully we will have a 4x4 in the near future. I'm not sure exactly how long it'll take me to get together the rest of the resources I need. Let me see what all do I need yet. I know for a truck I need 4 wheels, a car battery, and an engine. I don't remember if I have an engine. I think I saved one. I know I have a car battery lying around somewhere. Let's eat some pie. And to make the chassis, I will need 250 forged steel. I think I'm almost to that at home. I'll need 40 mechanical parts, which I'm going to need more of. I think I have less than 20. Duct tape and leather. Well, duct tape I can make. Leather I have. Electrical parts I think I have also. I'm not quite there in terms of resources, but I know I'm close. So hopefully it won't be too many episodes before I'm going from motorcycle to 4x4. And it's morning again, so it's time to end the episode. Thank you for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Let me know how things are going in your 7 Days to Die playthrough if you have one down in the comments. Goodbye and God bless.